Hey all, Cohen here. I wanted to do a quick update with what's been going on with me. So, roughly 3.5 weeks ago, um, to a month ago, I had found out that I don't have surgery until October 11th. Just a quick recap on October 11th, I will be going in to get my fistula closed up, which is super small. Um, and then there's an area on the side of my phallus that has a bit of a kink, and they're gonna get rid of that, or like an indent type. So that's gonna be fixed. My leg, from where my donor site is, has quite a bit of bulk at the top of my thigh and at the upper part above my knee. So to make mobility easier and to get rid of that bulk, we're going to do some liposuction. And I was supposed to have my testicular implant released from where it is somewhat attached inside my scrotum. However, shortly after, like a couple days after that consult, the pains that I was having from my testicle being like kind of adhered inside my scrotum, but also like sitting really high and pushing into my groin and my thigh, which was really hurting and still is. Um, but my right side of my scrotum started getting like super sore. And then it started kind of getting red, and then it looked like it was like chafing, so I thought maybe it was just like whatever. So I started using more like chafe stick on my thighs just to see. And that actually didn't change anything, and it started developing into like, it started rubbing off some of the skin. So now I have like a scab on the side of my testicle, or well, on the side of the scrotum. So I ended up talking with Crane's office a few times, and Judah, who is a patient coordinator there, contacted Toronto Women's College and talked to the head of urology, and they said that they would take me and they would remove the testicle because if it were to continue to tighten or push, then it could push itself out. It could erode right out. And I don't want that to happen. I would rather have it removed now and then just get a new testicle put back in October. So instead of having the testicle loosened in October, I'll be having a testicle put back in. But anyways, so I got the referral. I went to my GP and I got them to refer me. And then I heard back from Toronto Women's College Hospital. I think my referral went in on the Friday, and I called them or heard back on the Monday or Tuesday. And unfortunately, so Toronto Women's College is a teaching college, and that's where they're doing a lot of trans surgeries. They do not do trans male bottom surgery. That is not what is offered according to what I've been told and to their website, but they do trans female bottom surgery. Anyhow, the head of the department is a reconstructive urologist who is like really good, so they referred me there. And when I got the phone call, unfortunately, their clinic, like other clinics, what they'll do is they book up to a certain time for surgeries, and then they leave consults right before they're going to take vacation, because generally they'll take a week or two off. So yeah, when I called, the person on the phone had told me that the entire urology department was off for 2 weeks. So I would not be able to get in, and I wouldn't be able to get in to even just get an appointment to see them until May 7th. So then I got back on the phone with Judah, and I talked with Judah about how I had been told by the person at Toronto Women's College to try St. Joe's, and I said, like, I got my bladder stone removed at St. Joe's by the urology department there like a year ago, so I think like they already have me on file or whatever. I saw the doctor who took over for the doctor that I had originally seen for my bladder stone for my post-op, and so they're like, I'm in the system anyways, so I didn't have to like get a referral. But what they did was Judah got Dr. Crane. Dr. Crane asked for the urologist number so that he could call and explain what's going on and say that's like, it's something that's urgent, it should happen sooner rather than later, that it gets removed just so it doesn't cause any issues, which is great. I'm very thankful because that was also Dr. Crane's day off when he did that. And then I ended up calling because everything happens on a weekend, so I ended up, like, it happened on a Friday, but like nothing gets done on a Friday, obviously. But I ended up getting a call on I forget what day it was, but I ended up going in on, let's see, sorry, my calendar's a mess. So I got the call on Monday, and I went in on Tuesday morning for a appointment, and we got that all checked out. And then they had told me that I would be able to be put on like the emergent OR board, so like I would get a call 12 hours before surgery because it would be whenever an OR opens up, and they would just give me a 12-hour heads up to come in. And that sounded all well and good, and that was the plan. So last Tuesday or Wednesday was supposed to be when I went in. However, 4 hours later, I got a phone call, and I guess scheduling and booking or something, and the OR team or whoever deals with the OR boards said that they couldn't do that, and that I had to come in for a pre-op, and then I would have surgery on Monday, so the 29th, which tomorrow is Sunday, the 28th, so Monday I go in for surgery to get my testicular implant removed so that it doesn't try to pop out or anything like that. When it started happening, definitely I was concerned. I'm still mildly concerned, but not overly. Like, now that it's going to be taken care of and things are scheduled, I had my pre-op yesterday, and so I went and did that, and then I will be going in on Monday to get that removed, which will be a relief because there is quite a decent amount of pain. I remember, like, I've made videos prior where I was having pain behind my scrotum, and I don't know if that was nerves or if, like, my testicles on the right side, because it was sitting so high and stuff and so tight, that maybe it was pinching nerves, and then maybe it tried to like settle a bit, because the other one I've said before is just like, it's perfect. It is the perfect testicle. That side of the sac and the testicle is really awesome. So unfortunately, this does happen. People don't generally talk about it, I guess, but I've seen videos, or at least talk to people, where like a testicular implant will erode out or it will need to be removed because it's just not cooperating with your body, which can happen with a lot of things, especially with implants. So, you know, I'm bummed about it, and I was more upset about it before, but now I'm just like, well, I'm going back in October, and, you know, I'll get a new testicle put in, and if, you know, there's a little bit of scar tissue that made the right side a little bit smaller or whatever, then I'll just ask for like a smaller testicular implant, or sometimes they shave them down a bit for you, so, you know, not everything's the same on both sides anyways, but, you know, I do want two balls. But that's what's going on with me. My biggest thing was just that, like, for a while I'd been saying, like, this testicle is really tight and I can't get it to move around, and like, I even massaged it to see if it would start to move or something, or if the skin would kind of, because I thought maybe it was just really tight skin. But yeah, it's definitely, like, it healed in, and that happens with implants as well. Like, I know that, and this isn't like dissing anybody or like calling anybody out, because a lot of people do say stuff to me or ask me questions like, how do I have so much confidence in Dr. Crane when I've had so many issues? And to be honest, my confidence in Dr. Crane comes from how we interact together, how he makes me feel when we are discussing things, and just like his care, and overall just like how he has treated me has been amazing. There's never been a point, like, I ended up having to call him, like, on Christmas, and, like, I didn't call him, but I texted him, and he responded right back. Like, I don't even think it took, like, half an hour. So, that's a really big thing when your surgeon is that far away from you, but they're still willing. I know here, I can barely get anybody to answer me back, so, I do know that a lot of the things that I experience are risks associated with phalloplasty. And that goes for if you're a cis man as well, starting completely over, but at the same time, I'm not talking about cis men, but either way, it is one of those things where it's a risk. I was aware of risks, and they suck. Complications suck, but at the end of the day, pretty much every time that I left from surgery, I was like, everything was okay. It was a matter of coming home, like the traveling, the stress, and then also, I'm sure, just like the anxiety, the emotions, and everything, and knowing that my surgeon's so far away and that like my GP has no idea, and there's not many people medically that are around that can actually help me. And I've found that my doctors that I have here don't try to connect with Dr. Crane. They think that Dr. Crane should call them, whereas if I'm going to them for a problem, or if I'm going to see them for something and they're the ones that are seeing me, I'm not a doctor, so me calling or messaging Dr. Crane and saying, this is what I think is wrong, can you call my doctor? Don't think it works that way. I think they should be the ones to call or even email him. But, I'm playing middleman still, which, whatever, it is what it is. But, like, honestly, that's, like, the biggest issue is when I come back home. That's when most of, like, the stress and the anxiety, which does not help during recovery, really does tend to take effect. So I do not blame my surgeons in any way. Don't blame Dr. Saferd, don't blame Dr. Crane, don't blame anybody on the team. These things happen. I know that there are many of us that have had these things happen. I have talked to other people, and I respect the fact that they do not want to share publicly. So, it's not that everybody's going to see these things. I'm sure a lot of people watch my videos and are like, holy crap, like, is this guy stupid for going back? But it's a matter of, like, what I have and whatnot, like, as soon as these tiny little fixes are done, because that's literally, I have tiny fixes, like, I'm actually, like, super happy with everything. Like, it's taken me forever, and it's been a lot of pain and everything like that. By the time that I have this next surgery, it'll be just over 3 years from my first surgery. But I'm not gonna sit here and say that, I regret it. I wish I never did it. I'm not gonna say that because I don't feel that way, and complications happen in surgery, and I've had quite a few surgeries in my life, trans and non-trans related, and I've not had any issues. So to have quite a few surgeries already, and this one's the biggest, most stressful. I have to leave the country, I have to travel, and just like all the stress of it and how much it costs, like, it weighs a lot. And so this is the most stressful thing and most in-depth thing I've ever done in my life, and I would be silly as heck to not believe that it would amount to a certain amount of stress or what has been going on with me. So I'm saying a lot. I've literally, the last 3 weeks is just me playing like phone tag and going to appointments, just trying to get in to have my testicle removed. So yeah, but other than that, like, now I'm thinking about it, as long as the testicle issue is taken care of, then I'm fine with my surgery not being until October. That means that I can actually have a decent summer. So I'm looking forward to having to having a decent summer and stuff, and I'm glad that I'm getting it done now and I don't have to wait. There I go again. Anyhow, I will talk to everybody later. Probably try to do a video on Monday or Tuesday. If I feel up to it on Monday when I get home from surgery, I'll do it. If not, then I will try to do it on Tuesday just to let everybody know how everything went and what went on. I will talk to you all later. Take care. Peace.